keys in my hand, bag on my shoulder. Early evening air feels lighter somehow. Corner store bell rings like a greeting. I let the day fall off right now. Early evening air feels lighter, every step a softer sound. Jazz swing in my shoes, I'm brighter, like the world turned the volume down. Passing by those open windows, little lives in fading gold. Tomorrow's got some room to move, a place for me to unfold. Bus sighs past, kids shout one last story. Screen doors clap, then the hush drifts in. Laughter from a kitchen mixes with the clatter. I breathe in the moment, let it spin. Faces blur by, but some eyes linger. Tiny nods that say we're still here. I don't have the plan yet, only this clear quiet and a loose, gentle gear. Handwritten notes lean across the desk. Coffee ring halo on the margin of a thought. Slow horn from the window, like a stranger in the hallway. This page waits politely for whatever wants to talk. Let the ink find its own way, let the line take its time. Every curve of every letter falling right where it's inclined. I don't chase it like before, I just listen till it's strong. Ideas move quiet, settling where they belong. Tip of the pen, hovering half asleep. Metronome in my breathing, soft click then it fades. Piano in the corner holds a lantern of a chord. I circle one small sentence like I'm guarding live embers. Used to race the ending, used to hunt the perfect phrase. Now I underline the pauses, let the silence have a place. Every smudge tells a story, thought I almost crossed. I keep the crooked letters as a record of the cause. Used to race the ending, used to hunt the perfect phrase. Now I underline the pauses, let the silence have a place.
Pale blue glass framing the quiet roofs, steam on the sill, lazy little spiral. You lean on the counter in an old wool shirt, letting the silence finish its thought. Let the day begin slow, like water finding a boil, like my hand on the mug, warming from the outside in. Let the day begin slow, nothing we have to prove, just the room and the rising light. Cup on the table, ring on the wood, distant truck rolling soft through the floor, keys fall open, one note, then another, fold in the hush instead of the sheets. Calendar waiting, ink still dry, phone face down by the kitchen light. You breathe, I breathe, same small cloud, sharing the heat of the first sip aloud. Let the day begin slow, like water finding a boil, like my hand on the mug, warming from the outside in. Let the day begin slow, nothing we have to prove, just the room and the rising light. Pale light on the window steam curling from a coffee cup. Keys resting, waiting for the first touch. Street outside, just one car sighing past. Storefront glass still holding yesterday. Bare feet on a cool wood floor. I breathe in, let the night fade away. Quiet awakening. Nothing rushing, nothing loud. Just my heart, just this room. And the sun behind a cloud. Quiet awakening. Every worry still asleep. I count the spaces in between. Each calm, unhurried breath I keep. Hands move, but they don't seem to care. A soft shirt hanging from the same old chair. New day. In the dust on the frame I smile, though nothing looks changed. Let the kettle hum low. Let the mailbox stay closed. Let the messages pile. They can wait a little while. In this hush I'm enough. With this cup, with this touch of slow light spilling in on my skin.
Morning light across this wooden table. Steam in the air, but the cup's gone cool. Elbow on oak, eyes on the window. Nothing to chase, nothing to prove. Let the slow days start, like a record turning over. Breathe in the quiet, let it all move through. No rush, no race, just a gentle getting older. I'll meet the world when the world comes through. Clock on the wall ticks soft in the corner. Page on my lap, words still asleep. Street hum is low like a distant drummer. Thoughts stretch out from somewhere deep. Maybe I'll stay right here in this moment. Watch one sunbeam crawl across the grain. If this is all I get for a lifetime, This easy start might be enough again. No applause, no names on the door, just a chair and a coat on the floor. Coffee ring on a table scarred and stained. Click of glass, someone laughing at the game. Quiet swing, steady heart. Let it breathe, let it start. Tiny notes carrying weight like art. I don't need a stage tonight. This little groove will hold me right. Second hand on the wall, just ticking slow. Soft nods when the horn begins to glow. Eyes closed while the brushes trace a line. Small sounds doing all the work of pride. I used to chase the loudest room, every cheer a borrowed tune. Now every space between the beats says I'm enough right here in this seat. To chase the loudest room, every cheer a borrowed tune. Now every space between the beats says I'm enough right here in this seat. Coffee gone cold, street hum drifting through the glass. 1 foot forward, other glued to the past. Menu open in my hands, but it's bigger than tonight. Tiny print, giant plans, spilling out in this low light. I'm between 2 evening glows. Let the trumpet lean and cry. Every band a little prayer, buying time while feelings rise. I'm between 2 evening notes. Let the silence be my guide. If the song can take its time, maybe I can take mine. Clock hand circling, still I'm stuck between calls. Name half written on a number in my phone. Doorway breathing in and out, like it's waiting for my move. Every shadow on this wall, asking who I wanna prove. Let the bass walk slow, let the rim clicks talk. Let the horn hold one long line till the doubt thins out. One soft breath, one small nod. I'll decide when the last note falls. Between 2 evening notes, let the trumpet lean and cry. Every band a little prayer, buying time while feelings rise. I'm between 2 evening notes.
Green flares up, your name in the dark. One bright breath, then it's gone. Glass on the table, face turned to the wood, like we both agreed to wait a little longer. Enough for now, let the quiet answer, let the spaces carry what we meant. Enough for now, every unsaid syllable folding back into the gentle instrument. Clock on the wall, dragging its feet. Ice in my glass, melted, untouched. Horn from the street bends, then disappears. Same soft question hanging in the room. Your half-written message, still warm in my hand. I read the hesitation better than the words. Piano leans on a chord, lets it blur at the edge. We're both in that echo, saying less, meaning whisper.
The final note hangs in the lamplit air, quivers on my tongue, then goes nowhere. Your coffee's gone cold, my hands stay warm around this chip blue cup, around this worn out form. This jazz leaves space instead of answers, lets the questions walk on by. I watch today settle in the silence, not fixed, not right, just lying down inside the light, unfinished but accepted as it is. Mail on the table, still sealed, still safe. Dishes in the sink, chores will face some other day. A stain on the carpet we stepped around for years. Smiles that never fully land, eyes that finally drop the fear. I thought I needed closure, a clean black line, but life keeps smudging margins, one breath at a time. So I lean in the doorway, let the dust just sit. Everything undone tonight is part of it. cheek. This old chair holds what I don't show. Soft shirt falling off the side of my skin. I hear the hallway breathe, then I fall back in. Let the quiet talk for me. Let the quiet talk. Let the quiet talk. Dim room, soft fabric, steady calm around my thoughts. Bare walls, plain ceiling, stillness like a gentle tide. Let the quiet talk for me. I just stay inside. Steam curls from a cup I barely touch. Clock hands crawl like they know I've had enough. Bare feet sliding patterns on the floor. I almost say my own name, then I don't anymore. Let the quiet talk for me. Let the quiet talk. Let the quiet talk. No weight but the blanket on my knees. Slow breath tracing circles I don't need to see. I'm not lonely, I'm just here with this hush pressed to my ear. Let the quiet talk for me. Let the quiet talk. Let the quiet talk. Let the quiet talk for me. Let the quiet talk. The city on mute, just a pane of glass away. My face, the lamp, the hallway, all floating in the same gray frame. This is how the dark breeze jazz. One slow note, then we wait. Let the silence count the time. Let the rhythm hesitate. This is how the dark breeze jazz. Every empty little space holds the room, holds the past, all reflected in this pain. Someone laughs down a corridor I can't see. Their shadow leans on my shoulder, then fades back into the screen of night. I tap the table, hear the echo answer late, bass in my chest, like a train too far to name, two beats hanging between what is and what might fade. I close my eyes, but the window stays away. Steam off the cup, little ghost in the air. You trace the rim like you're drawing a circle around this chair. Soft gray morning folded over this room. Pages open, but I'm reading the quiet instead of the news. Rain tapping the window answers every thought I don't say. This jazz in the corner keeps holding the space, then slips away. I'll pass the glass, I'll pass today. Rain tapping the window, I might stay right here. Let it play. Tiny storms in the brew. You laugh to yourself at a memory that never made it through. Clock hands whisper, moving but they don't dare rush. The bass leans back and the whole room settles into hush.
Mug on the table, ring of heat gone cold. One lamp left on, walls painted in gold. Shoes by the doorway, keys in a porcelain bowl. Today on my shoulders, then sliding off slow. Let it all lay down, let the noise turn soft. Every sharp edge rounds off, drips off. Breathe in the dark like a slow small song, heart keeping time till tomorrow comes. Shadows on ceilings dance to a distant horn. Clock hand ticking like a pulse grown worn. Phone face down on the hardwood floor. I'm smaller than the silence, and somehow that's more. Thoughts line up and fall out of frame. Names, faces lose their names. Just this inhale, just this exhale. I make a little room for whatever comes next.
kitchen clock clicks on the wall. Steam curls, then fades into nothing at all. Cup gone cold, my hands around it anyway. Your name half shake, but I let it drift away. Still air between us, all these words I never sent. Every almost sentence circles back and stops again. If I speak, it might be over. If I'm quiet, will it mend? So I wait here in the still air between us. Phone face down, soft glow under the screen. Typed it all out, then erased what I mean. 3 dots I imagine never really appeared. I breathe in your absence, hold it like you're here. Takes so long for a second hand to fall. Takes one small word to undo it all. So I sit in the pauses, let the silence decide if the right quiet moment will turn into reply. cools my hands. Street hum distant, like an old dim band. Your mug on the table, still faintly warm. I exhale the headlines, let them fall. I come back to a quieter shape, peeling off the weight of the day. Let these slow blue corners rearrange my face. I come back to a quieter shape, breathing in the room you made, till my heartbeat leans where the easy rhythm lays. Keys drift lazy over chipped white glass. Brushes trace circles, small storms that pass. My shoulders unclench at the sound of your laugh. You slide on the floor like a low, soft brass. I come back to a quieter shape, peeling off the weight of the day. Let these slow blue corners rearrange my face. I come back to a quieter shape, breathing in the room you made, till my heartbeat leans where the easy rhythm lays. Window cracked, cool air kind, lampshade golden on your tired eyes. You tap my wrist, say you're here, you're safe. And the rush in my ribs finally gives me space. I come back to a quieter shape, quieter shape, quieter shape. Quieter shape. Steam on the glass, newspaper folded in half, plate cooling slow by my hand, chair leaned back, coat on the stand. The clock moves but gently, let the minute hand glide. I'm just eating this silence with a stranger called time by my side. Let the fork, let the thought take their time while the world runs outside. Waitress says, you okay? I nod, stir sugar away. Street hum, soft through the pane, horn from the band down the lane. I used to chase every second, count change, count steps, count days. Now I count beans on the saucer, watch the light bend, fade.
Door half open, shoes by the mat, kettle hums in the background. I let my shoulders drop, dust in the sunlight, tiny slow parade, clock hands drifting like they're half asleep. This chair in the late sun, holding everything I've done today. Every almost, every maybe later I say. Let the slow chords breathe it in, let the seconds loosen their grip. In this quiet, tired and gentle, I just sit. Newspaper folded, same page for an hour, coffee gone lukewarm, but it's fine like that. Thoughts come in pieces, start then fade away. I smile at the ceiling for reasons I forget. I'm not chasing, I'm not fixing, I'm not turning the day into plan. Just inhaling, just existing with my palms open, empty hands. I'm not chasing, I'm not fixing, I'm not turning the day into plans. Just inhaling, just existing with my palms open, empty hands.
You take the left side, fold your knees under you. My book slips page down, I just lean closer. Air tastes like coffee, cooling in small, slow sips. Old lamp, 1 week old, pain in your fingers gold. Say nothing, let the quiet do the talking for us. Slow breathing, shared sofa, I can hear your heart adjust. We're leaning into every little inch of this trust. Say nothing, I already know enough. Trumpet in the corner croons through a cracked speaker. That soft familiar tune we never named. Your head finds my shoulder like it always meant to. Clock hums, street fades, time forgets our name. Say nothing, let the quiet do the talking for us. Slow breathing, shared sofa, I can hear your heart adjust. We're leaning into every little inch of this trust. Say nothing, your hand finds mine like it's always been there, just waiting. Long sigh, one smile, whole world inside this small space in me. Say nothing, say nothing. Only the hallway light remains, thin gold line on the carpet. Coffee cup cooling on the rail, door half open, heart half there. All this comfort in between, breath between the words we mean. Not the start, not the end, just the soft turn of a corner like a friend. I'm not lost, I'm suspended Let me live in the middle of a sentence. Jazz stays low, notes spaced wide, piano taking its time. Shadow of my shoulder on the wall, swaying slow, choosing sides. I pause between rooms, hand on the frame, listening for something that doesn't need a name. Maybe every doorway is its own small home.
Curtains half drawn, coffee cup cold on the chair, screen face down on the table, like it's choosing not to care. Lamp clicks dark, street hum fades to a sigh, calendar crowding the fridge, but the numbers just slide by. Tomorrow can wait. Let the world run late. Let the clock miss a beat. Let the plans hesitate in this easy little swing where the night feels safe. Let the last soft chord say, tomorrow can wait. Shoes by the door, tie a knotted heart, exhale. Dishes stacked in the sink, every promise slightly veiled. Band on the record, brushing time in the air. Final chorus, leaning back like it's rocking in a chair. All the urgent little voices fading down the hallway now. Every message left unopened, every have to disallowed. We just breathe between the measures, let the gentle rhythm state in the hush after the ending. Yeah, tomorrow can wait. breeze, balcony air at night. Cool wind in the curtains, slow and slight. Steam from my cup rises then forgets the sky. We move like balcony air, soft and slow, barely there. Long tones drift, they just hang. Heart learns the shape of your name. We move like balcony air, not in a hurry to land. City lights blink, lazy, half awake. Cars hush by like they're half in a dream. Your hand on the rail says more than your mouth ever will. Rhythm barely nudges, just a shoulder, just a sigh. Jazz matches breathing, yours and mine. Same time, same rise, same quiet fall. We move like balcony air, soft and slow, barely there. Long tones drift, they just hang. Heart learns the shape of your name. We move like balcony air, not in a hurry to land.
Just a cup on the table, lip mark, cooling steam, trumping mute on the stand, holding back what it means. Clock ticks behind the curtain, bass leans into one low tone. You stare past my shoulder, finishing thoughts on your own. I let you finish the sentence, leave it hanging in the air. Half spoken, you color in the silence. With every little fear, every hope unbroken, I give you barely a line. You write the rest in your head. I let you finish the sentence, say what I never said. Right hand, two soft figures, left hand slow and spare. Right symbol like a secret, swing so faint it's a dare. Your smile moves by inches, eyes trace the window frame. Every pause between phrases says the thing I never named. Glass clink, coat on a hanger, door size letting in cold. We sit inside the almost where stories learn to unfold. I leave the ending open. Full glass, ring on the table, lamp throwing halos over chipped dark wood. Your name drifts in like the end of a sentence, soft as the dust curling in this room. Shadows between the notes where we used to breathe, little silent places you left here with me. Not here to break, just to let me see. Shadows between the notes reminding me I live. Old coat smell hanging by the doorway. Cold air sneaks in with the closing door. Laughter from years stacked in the corners, faded but faithful, like grooves in the floor. I stir the past like sugar in coffee, watch it dissolve, then taste it anyway. Every slow measure leans on my shoulder, then lifts again and quietly walks away. Soft shoes on tile, coffee in my palm. Doors slide apart, the hallway still yawning. Button light glowing, floors count like breaths. A quiet little climb before the rush begins. This is my morning lift, rising slow through blue-gray air. Just me and this gentle shift from half asleep to almost there. This is my morning lift, held between the ground and sky. Calm before the day takes hold, I'm watching numbers glide. Tie knot, a little crooked, screen still dark in my hand. Somebody's perfume hangs like a promise. Street murmur distant, muffled through steel. Our faces in the chrome, learning to be awake. Keys in my pocket, tap time, heartbeat falls in line. I exhale the night, let the light come in. Doors will open wide, but for one slow ride, I'm just standing here perfectly on time. Keys in my pocket, tap time, heartbeat falls in line. I exhale the night, let the light come in. Doors will open wide, but for one slow ride, I'm just standing here perfectly on time. Perfectly on time. Rain taps the glass, tiny hands on the frame, steam on the paint, my name traced halfway. Traffic hums low, like it's thinking alone. I sip the last inch of coffee, let the cup stay. Rain on the glass, questions in my lap. Let the groove circle, circle, circle back. I don't need the answers, not tonight. I just watch the blur and feel it get light. Rain on the glass, I'm staying right here till the weight in my chest turns clear. Head on the wall, shadow length, shadow small. Red light smears into rivers that crawl. Words in my mind lose their sharp little teeth. Every soft swing of the cymbal pulls them out of There's rain on the glass, questions in my lap. Let the groove circle, circle, circle back. I don't need the answers, not tonight. I just watch the blur and feel it get light. Baby, I'm fine, not knowing why. Just counting the drops as they slide and collide. Sax in the corner answers what I can't say. I breathe with the band and let it all sway. Sky turns blue to deep gray, coffee going cold. I trace the rim, watch steam give up and fade. Neon on my wrist, tiny trembling ghost. I lean on the rail, let the city fill my lungs. Between day and night, where the clocks lose count, I just breathe, I just sway in this almost silent sound. Between day and night, when the edges slip, I let the city hold me till time loosens its grip. Cars slide under bridges like memories half remembered. A siren in the distance bends around the beat. Your name in my pocket creased on a folded note. I don't read it, just feel the paper heat. Between day and night, where the clocks lose count, I just breathe, I just sway in this almost silent sound. Between day and night, when the edges slip, I let the city hold me till time loosens its grip. Streetlight flickers once like it's changing its mind. I do the same thing, staring at my hands. morning never comes or comes a little late, I'll still be swaying here between the seconds we made. Between between days, between days.
Coat on the chair, key by the door, sink full of dishes I don't mind anymore. Tiny to-dos ticked off the list. Not a big moment, still it feels like this. No applause, just a nod to myself, like a book slid quiet back onto the shelf. This little window Progress whispers in a soft, slow drawl. Loose coffee stain on my old white tee. Did what I could today. That's enough for me. Breathe me. Funny how the loud days fade, but this one might stay. Just me and this easy sway, smiling anyway. Task list done, screen goes dark. One last click, then a yawn in the air. Chair leans back, shoulders drop slow. Coffee ring halos on the desk, untouched. This is the small relief. Not a cheer, just a breath out. Letting the room exhale, letting the body find its weight again. This is the small relief. Piano leans in, chords glow amber. Bass grins low behind the tongue of the drum. Eyes half closed, phone face down. Even the clock swings a little kinder. This is the small relief. Not a cheer, just a breath out. Letting the room exhale, letting the body find its weight again. No fanfare, friend, just fingers on the table, tapping where the snare might land. Heart counting along, soft and able. Clock blinks 12:03. Tiny red eyes in the dark. Curtain breeze in the open window.
Midnight sneaks across the floor. Dish in the sink turn picture frames. All the little messes gone quiet. Fridge hum, far car, my own heartbeat. Finally easy, finally light. Let the jazz close the day. Slow hands on the keys, unhurried. Every chord says stay. Soft bass walking me towards sleep. Let the jazz close the day. Nothing left to say, just breathing. Let the jazz close the day. Street lamp glow on the ceiling like ripples from another world. Shadows of the blinds keep swaying to a rhythm only I can hear. Pages face down on the table. Phone screen dark for the night. I sink into this worn out chair, and everything heavy turns mild. Let the jazz close the day. Fluorescent bulbs fades to a gentle hum. Stacks of paper lean like tired friends. Ties half loosened, screens dim to gray. Coffee ring halos dry on the desk. Between work and rest, where the hours blur slow, I count each breath and learn to let it go. That quiet swing says you did enough today. Between work and rest, I let the weight fall away. Clock hands whisper over my shoulder, inbox blinking, then giving up the fight. Shoes on the carpet, bag by the door. Rain in the distance, no rush tonight. Every small mistake falls off the measure.
Every heavy thought slides off the beat. I straighten my back, then sink in the sea, just floating between the push and the release. Water on porcelain, soft hiss, small room, daylight slipping off my skin, steam on the ceiling, fog on the mirror. I draw a little halo, watch it disappear. Slow trickle rhythm on my shoulder, down my spine. Every drop a heartbeat, not yours, not mine. Steam on the ceiling, I breathe in, I breathe out. Let the whole day melt and run down the drain. Warmth in my fingers, echoes in my mouth, humming that slow breathing harmony again. Shampoo bottle choir, tasty saints in a row. Tell waits patient like it already knows. Eyes closed underwater, thoughts fade, just sound. Tiny rainstorm concert on white tile ground. Hands on my heartbeat, palm to my chest. World on the other side, I stay here undressed. Heat in the corners, silence so kind. I rinse off the headlines, leave only my mind.
Office lights blink out, coats on crooked chairs, door swings, evening air smells like dust and distant kitchens. Sidewalks drink the sky, tiny rivers by the curb. You lean into my shoulder, laughing at a broken heel. Rain after 5, let it ride on the glass. Slow moving cars make shadows that pass. We're tucked in a corner, steam on the window alive. World hurries home, we stay with the rain after 5. Tiny bell above the door, one old couple at the bar, coaster under my thumb, ring of water, ring of time. You stir your drink too long, eyes on droplets in your hair. I count them down your cheek, pretend I'm not staring. Traffic sighs, then fades, just a hush in your breath. Street signs gleam, then blur. Your hand finds mine, then rests. Outside, umbrellas open inside. My chest does too. If the forecast says tomorrow, I'd rather stay here with you.
Early night air slips through the frame, lifts that tired curtain edge like it remembers my name. Lamp on low, dust in a slow parade. Page half turned on the table, coffee ring, old serenade. Hoping a soft jazz mood doesn't raise its voice, just leans in close, lets the small sounds choose. Tomorrow in the corner, smiling, staying shy, as the brush drums glow so quietly and your shadow passes by. The street hum fades into a gentle sway, ice in a glass keeping time, then melting away. Your sweater on the chair, shoulder folded in, window breath against my wrist, like you just walked in.
and another, hanging in the air, saying later it gets better, without quite going there. Hoping a soft jazz mood doesn't raise its voice, just leans in close, lets the small sounds choose tomorrow in the corner, smiling, staying shy, as the brush drums glow so quietly. Da-da-da-da-da.
Low talk, back booth shadows, lipstick print on a half-warm glass. You laugh, I stay somewhere past the bottles, past the hour, past the past. It's that last call kind of love, too tired to fight, too late to run. Every sip tastes a little like us, bitters on the tongue, soft on the lungs, in this worn out, poured out, last call kind of love. Bartender, polishing questions, doesn't ask what we're doing here again. Your hand finds my knuckle, finds my knuckles. Like checking if the night, like you're checking if the night still fits my skin. We don't say stay, we don't say go, just trace old circles in the watering on the table. You stir your drink, I stir a memory, both of us pretending it's only the smoke making our eyes slow.
Steam on the glass, 2 cups between us. You trace circles in the quiet air. Slow clock on the wall, barely even ticking. I feel each second settle in your stare. Stay a while, let the silence talk for us. Stay a while, let the breathing be enough. We're not going anywhere, just here, right here. Stay a while. Soft floorboard creak, house remembers footsteps. Dog sighs once, then drifts away again. You laugh too low, almost don't release it. I catch that sound and hold it in my hand. We don't have to fill every open space. There's a comfort in the pause, in the unadorned phrases. Your hand on my sleeve says everything it needs. Leave the world outside the doorway, let this moment lead. Stay a while, let the silence talk for us. Stay a while, let the breathing be enough. We're not going anywhere, just here, right here. Stay a while. City smear on the window, street signs stretching into strands. Leaning back in this worn out seat, hands empty, heart busy.
Reflections on the glass, my face in the past, looking back. Let the minutes move, I just let them pass. Questions in the fog,
Answers in the dark. All I have are reflections on the glass.
traffic hums like a soft band.
Headlights tracing slow course.
Old names drift through my mind, arrive and slide away. watch them shimmer, then they slip away.
Face in the glass, city behind it, red tail lights inside my eyes, steam on the paint, finger draws circles, they smear your name into the traffic. My reflection overlaps the city. I can't tell which part is me. Thoughts drift slow across the window, like taxis on a midnight street. I keep staring through myself to the world that doesn't see. Cup on the table, lipstick from strangers, eyes half asleep in watered down brown. Train in the distance rattles my rib cage. Street lamp halos float in my crown. Outside moves in straight lines. Inside it bends and sways. Foot taps, heart taps, both a little late. I breathe the glass breeze back to ghosts sharing one face. Same corner cafe, steam on the glass. Barrister knows my name, doesn't ask, just laughs. Bus sighs at the light, newspaper under my arm. City hums its low song, wearing yesterday's charm. This is my jazz of ordinary days, footsteps in time to a horn that barely sways.
Nothing spectacular, still I'm amazed how the simple stays ordinary days. Mail in the hallway, bills, flyers, the usual stack. Neighbor's door half open, good morning tossed back. Sacks from a window, lazy, loose and slow, like it's nodding along to the way my hours go. Grateful for the routes I know, same short walk, same old road. Every crack in the pavement keeps a promise, soft and low. Window cracked, curtains breathing time. Dust slow dancing in a lazy line. Cup on the table, still warm in my hand. Street sounds distant, like a far-off band. This room feels wide, like the walls lean back. Every quiet corner painted blue and black. Thoughts just glide on an easy breeze. Nothing catching edges as the curtains breathe. Bass walks softly underneath my chest. Piano leaves spaces, lets my mind do the rest. Lamp throws halos on a crooked frame. Books lean sideways, I forget their names. This room feels wide, like the walls lean back. Every quiet corner painted blue and black. Thoughts just glide on an easy breeze. Nothing catching edges as the curtains breathe. I used to stack my worries, crowded in a row. Now they drift like postcards from a place I used to know. I watch them pass the window, easy to believe. I can let them go on the air I breathe.
crawls across the copy room tiles, dust dancing on a stapler on forgotten files. Screens fade to a ghost of yesterday's plans. Coffee cold, ring on the desk, outline of my hands. Let the daylight lean a little longer. Let the soft jazz hold the weight I'm under. Every chord turns the volume of my worries down. Slow goodbye to the working day, to the crowd. I'm clocking out of my thoughts for now. Phone face down, inbox breathing, but I won't look back. Tie loosened, jacket hanging from a chair off track. Soft brass draws a circle in the quiet air. I exhale like I've got all the time to spare. A printer light blinking like a tired eye. Someone laughs once, then it fades outside. I stay seated, just a beat, just a bar, just a sigh. Writing every mellow note till the hours drift by. Mug on the desk, ring on the wood, clothes in a corner, still folded pretty good. Little dust on the screen, but the inbox clear. Quiet check marks after one more long year. This is my quiet pride,
Soft as a half-smiled sigh.
nobody cheering my name, but I'm alright.
Face keeps a steady line,
Telling me I did just fine. Small wins,
slow time.
this is my quiet pride. Books leaning sideways, spines half red, pen out of ink, notes in my head, floor not perfect, floor still mine, steps forward anyway, one task at a time.
Breathe in, lean back,
Listen to the air reply. Every little box I tick turns chaos into tide. Not a spotlight in the room, just this glow inside.